The beauty and personal care industry has been a reliable and a stable one, thanks to many women and a growing number of men who want to look good and to feel good. Welcome to the Groundbreakers podcast series. Today on the show, we talk about beauty personal care. I'll be speaking to the CEO of Baki Beauty, Queen Tower. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, I like to look good.
We can see.
I like when my hair looks good.
Uh-huh.
Beauty, a very wide industry. What does Baki Beauty specifically focus in?
Baki Beauty is primarily a hair care company, actually. So about 60% of our revenues actually comes from hair products. And why is that? We have specialized in enabling our customers to be able to get access to hair experts. So we can provide you advice on your scalp. So if you see those people doing this,
I do that too.
you need to talk to our experts, right? If your edges are falling out, you need to talk to our experts. If your hair is going mismatched, or you're dealing with hair loss as a guy, or in the middle of your crown you're starting to bald, those are the issues that we solve for our customers. And because we are one of the few who actually have experts who understand the sector, that is why we've been able to grow in hair care as our primary category. But that doesn't mean we do not serve customers in skincare, in body care, and earlier we were also just talking about baby care, where a lot of our customers who come to us for hair care also begin to ask, hey, can you help me with my child? And so hair care is our number one, but we do serve customers in all these other categories as well.
So then you offer products and services for consultations as well.
Correct. So the way we like to think about the journey is we like to encourage everyone to begin their journey with us as a consultation. Why is that? As we were sharing earlier, if you go to most women's bathrooms, in their bathrooms, there are a lot of products that you've bought that you thought were going to help you with your glow. You thought were going to help you with your hyperpigmentation. And guess what? They didn't deliver. And so we want to reduce that experimentation through enabling you to talk to an expert before you make a purchase decision. Does that mean you have to? No. You can still buy directly from our website. If you know that there's a product that you love, you already use, and you just want to buy it, you can find that on our website. And so yes, we offer both services in terms of consultation and the ability to buy products.
Right. Where did it all begin?
Baki began during the time that I spent at Good Life. So actually, I was in the board of Good Life and I helped build Good Life's digital business. And I would spend time on our store floors. And I would see the frustration when customers would walk in, either for themselves or for their children, seeking advice. I'm 35, I have acne, I keep getting bad breakouts, and I don't know what to do. I have seen 10 dermatologists, I've spent so much money, and it's not going away. That was the problem I kept hearing. And I kept wondering, why isn't anybody doing anything about this? Right? Because I
So that
assumed
right there.
Linton's, True Cosmetics, Super had solved all this. Right? But when I started seeing at every store, I think on a daily basis, I would see at least 10 people walk in with these types of questions. And so started kind of opening my eyes to there's a problem here and starting to think about how do we solve that problem. So that was the genesis of the idea. And so when I stepped down from Good Life, I started to really kind of think about how do we now build a business that's focused on solving this problem.
This is an industry which in 2023 made over $600 billion. So there is a lot of people calling it a cash grab.
Yes.
There's a lot in the beauty, personal care industry. So any qualifications that one needs, the be it school-wise or otherwise.
There are a couple things that you need to be successful in the beauty sector. I think the beauty sector is a function of what? Number one, you do need some qualifications when it comes to understanding product, right? Because fundamentally, if you don't have relationships with product scientists, it's very difficult to now start mapping what is the right ingredients to the right person, right? If I start throwing out words like hyaluronic acid, right, to the average person, that means nothing, right? You don't know what that means. But if you are a beauty connoisseur, right, hyaluronic acid helps with hydration, right? So you need those sort of experts to be able to translate what is scientific knowledge into basic language for the average person to know, right? So having product scientists, having dermatologists, and those science-based expertise is foundational, right? And you need that in every beauty company. Number two, you need marketeers, right? A lot of people talk about the functional side of beauty. One of the things we talk about at Baki is that we're not only a beauty company, but we are also a media company. Why? We create a lot of our own in-house content. So you need high quality marketeers who can play on the social side of beauty.
Right.
Right? There's always a little bit of FOMO in beauty, right? When you go out and you see that
These
girl
watch out for
with the
someone
lipstick that is
that
popping, you're
matches.
like, oh, hey, how do I get that? Right? So there's the social side. And I'll give you a good example. When we launched last year, what really made our launch blow out was we actually launched with an offline activation event where we got, I think it was about 30 influencers to show up, and it was a content creation event.
Right.
And because they were posting about us, we went viral in November, and everyone was wondering, who's back? How do I go? Our website went through the roof,
I
right?
saw Baki and I was like, who's Baki?
Exactly, exactly. So you need really strong marketing people. If you look at L'Oreal, L'Oreal is a marketing company. If you look at LVMH, LVMH is a marketing company. You look at Nivea, under Bersdorf, marketing company. So you need marketeers in your business who understand how to sell,
Right.
right? Because that's what gets your audience, and that's what keeps your audience, right, from not drifting away to the next new shiny thing that comes.
For those customers, clients who used products they bought from Baki Beauty and were not so pleased with the results, how do you handle such a situation?
So one of the things we've built into our process is we built a feedback loop, right? And so firstly, once you get a delivery, within 48 hours of getting a delivery, you're going to get a call from one of our experts. And why is that? What we've realized is part of the reason why people have a bad experience is not because they bought the wrong product,
Right.
but it's because they don't know how to incorporate that product into their routine. And so part of the purpose of that call is to help you understand how to incorporate that product into your routine and the frequency of using that product to ensure that you get the results within the right timeline, right? And so it comes down to expectation management, right? Someone buys a serum, they think, oh, I'm going to get a glow in 3 days.
Okay.
And then the truth is, you need 3 weeks of consistent work, right? So once you manage expectations, you help to kind of relieve some of those anxieties. The next thing we do is we do what we call a 3 week post sale follow up call. The goal of that call is to understand one, have you followed the routine? And two, are you starting to see some of the results that we've promised you? If the event that we see that you're not getting the results, right, what we do is we offer you different product. But we, in order to cushion the expense of now trying something new, we always kind of offer you one, a gift with that. And usually the gift is a full size product, right? And that product enables you to also have something else new, or maybe something that is already in your routine that you can use, right? And it's our way of saying, we're sorry that didn't work the way that you wanted, but we're on this journey with you, and we understand that this is a journey that we have to take together.
Right.
Right?
So then you ensure that it's not just about selling the product,
No.
but as well empowering the customer with the knowledge.
Yes.
So you know that this product is supposed to do this, it's used in this way.
Exactly.
Together with another product. So
Yes.
knowledge
Yes.
in this sense is very important.
And sometimes, actually, what you will find at the end of our consultations is that what our experts is telling the customers actually need to stop doing everything. You need to give your skin a break.
Right.
You get customers who come, they're like, I have these 12 products, and you're like, what?
But sometimes it's the information we get out there that there's
There
these
is so
13
much.
steps.
Exactly.
So you're like, I have this and I have this.
Exactly. Exactly. And then you're wondering, your skin is doing this, your skin is dry, your skin is oily, and you're like, what is going on?
Right.
Yeah. So sometimes the advice is actually stop. Stop everything. Give your skin 2 weeks to breathe. And then after 2 weeks, then let's revisit. And then the important thing to note is that our consultations are free. Why do we offer them for free? To build trust, right? Because the idea here is we want to give you information. And so you see, when someone feels like I'm paying, they're like, you better give me the right thing. But it's like, let's build that connectivity. Let's build that trust such that you understand that we care about you. And that's our goal.
Right. For people who are looking to get into the beauty, skin, hair care, the people that you work with, that you partner with, how do you establish or ensure that they have the right products that would work for your customers?
It's an iterative process, right? So I wouldn't want to say that the process as we have it today is perfect. But what do we do today? Number one, every brand that we onboard, we actually look for your online profile. And the one thing we care about is both positive and negative feedback. Any brand that just only has positive feedback means that there's a problem, right? Because not every product works for everybody. And so it's important to see both positive and negative feedback for these brands, number one. Number two, and I appreciate my team for this, we do a lot of internal testing and learning. My wife also tends to take the brunt of this, where she has tried out almost every skincare product that we've brought, right? And so we test and learn these products amongst ourselves. So before we put it out, we're able to say with confidence that we've tried this and here are the results that we've seen. we also partner with UGC content creators. What we try to do is we try to identify content creators who fit the problem that we're trying to solve. So if we have a product that's good for acne, we find someone with acne and we give you the product. If it's hyperpigmentation, the same thing.
And for hair care,
Mm-hmm.
what did you say are the basics? And for someone who's not been taking care of their hair,
Yep.
now they want to take it seriously.
Yep.
Give us
So
the basics.
yeah,
Don't give
yeah.
us 10 products.
No, no,
Give
no,
us
no,
the
no, no, no,
basics.
no. I'll give you hair care 101. Hair care 101, number one, I like to break everything down. I think most people are familiar with farming, right? So think of your hair like a farm. If the soil is not taken care of, nothing will grow. And what is the soil of your hair? Your scalp. So number one, anybody who tells you that a hair and a scalp shampoo can be a two-in-one is lying to you. That does not work. You need a dedicated scalp shampoo. So number one, get a scalp shampoo. Number two, as you mentioned earlier, most black hair is dry. Our hair is dry. Our hair needs a lot of moisture. So please get yourself a moisturizing shampoo, all right, which will hydrate your hair. And then lastly, if you do not put hair food on your hair, you need hair food. What is hair food? Things like even coconut oil, avocado oil. These are things that many of us have access to. It's not that expensive, right? Give your hair some food. Those three things, I guarantee you'll start to see some progress.
And what about when it comes to skincare?
Skincare, the basics, three things. You gotta cleanse, right? You have to have a cleanser. This business of I use my Kenyeji soap on my face, guys.
Don't wanna wash clothes with
Yes, we got to graduate. Your sunlight cannot be used on your face, especially my men. Men out there, please let me talk to you. Graduate. We have the money. Don't lie to me. All right. Please cleanse. All right. Number two, you have to moisturize. These guys who like, I just slap Kidogo Vaseline on my face and go, like, we need to move from
Then
that.
they say I've used this for 20 years.
Yes,
So they
exactly. Then you start seeing when they get to 60, those lines are looking horrible, right? That's why, like, you do not take care of your skin. Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize.
cleanse, moisturize.
And then protect, right? Cleanse, moisturize, protect. What is protect? Sunscreen, right? As black people, we like to say, oh, we don't need sunscreen. We have natural sunscreen. We're melanated. Let me tell you, cancer is a real thing.
That's not enough.
Yes, melanin is not enough, right? For those are women who care about dark spots, what causes dark spots with aging is access to the sun with no sunscreen, right? So you need sunscreen to prevent that. And then lastly, even with aging, the more sun exposure you get, and sun exposure doesn't only mean you're the Juakalis walking in the sun.
Like under direct sunlight.
Exactly. Right? When you sit in your office and you sit by a window, part of why you can see the sunlight into the space that you're in is sun is actually coming through.
Right.
So you don't need direct sun exposure to necessitate sunscreen, right? You need sunscreen whether or not you are in direct sunlight. Absolutely, if you're going to the beach or you're going to shags and you're going to be in direct sunlight for longer, then you need to apply it more frequently, right? So if you're going to the beach, I would recommend applying it probably every 2 to 3 hours.
For a lot of men, there's a growing number of men who are now starting to take care of their skin and their hair as well. But obviously, the market is not as wide as the women. So, what are you doing to try and get them on board?
To be honest, when we started our journey, men was not our focus, right? Exactly for the reason that not that many men are on that beauty journey. But what you find is that men actually do care about how they look, right? And you see that in the clothes they wear, you see that in the car they drive, right? Because all of us want to show our personalities in different ways. And I think men, it's just about getting men comfortable in figuring out how do you also express who you are through your beauty routines. So one way that we figured out that men engage with us, and this was completely by accident, not intentional, was as we started doing a lot more content on hair loss, is you started realizing that a lot of men are actually insecure about losing their hair in their late 20s to early 30s, right? And so those men would come to us and say, do these products actually work? And if they do, I want to try. And then the conversation started with hair loss, and then it went to their beard, right? And so we have a funny line internally about making your beards connect, right? And so we always say, for those men out there who your beard is not connecting, give us a call, right? Because a beard is now become a way in which a man expresses himself, right?
Beard gang.
Yes, exactly. And so what you find is that you start with things like hair, beard, and a man starts to get comfortable with, oh, actually, beauty is a way in which I can express myself. And then you see they now start adopting skin and they now start adopting all these other routines. That's number one. Number two, another interesting way that we found to bring men in is men who are either in a long-term relationship or are married. Typically, they normally steal their partner's products. So we always hear from women that my husband keeps using all my skincare products. So a lot of men are closet skincare people. They just don't want to walk into Super Cosmetics and True Cosmetics because it looks like it's for women. So they feel embarrassed. And so interesting, I actually would argue that men are more comfortable shopping beauty online than they are offline. Because online you can be more anonymous, right? Versus offline, you walk into the store and you're like, hey, how do I walk past this makeup aisle without anybody noticing me? You see what I mean? So I think part of it is also shifting the beauty offline experience to cater for men. I think if you look at most marketing for beauty, it's very women focused, right? And so we are making an effort to try and bring out more male content that actually speaks to men.
It's a digital era.
Yes.
So how are you using the social media space with your business as
So we are a digital first company. So actually 99% of our interactions are purely online, right? So we do not have a physical space as of yet. We actually just, you guys are about to be the first to hear this. We just signed the partnership with an offline pharmacy where we're going to be creating Baki shops and shops in all of their pharmacies where you can start to interact with Baki offline. But right now we are purely online. So we do allow some customers to come to our office and do one-on-one in-person consultations, but our consultations, our purchases all happen online. So absolutely, I agree. Digital is the way forward, and that is how we've started. But we do believe that you have to also enable an offline experience because people also want to engage with your products and our experts offline.
with every business, the challenges. What has been the biggest challenge or the one you're still facing and how you handling it?
I'd say our biggest challenge, particularly as an e-commerce business, and I don't think this is unique to us, is warehousing and delivery. Getting efficient and very cost efficient warehousing and delivery has been a big challenge. So as we've grown, we've realized that not every one of our partners can grow as quickly as we're growing. And so that means introducing new warehousing partners, introducing new delivery partners. And so that means there's constant change in that part of the business. So I'd say that's probably the biggest headache as a beauty e-commerce platform. I would say another challenge that we anticipate we will start to experience is also on the product sourcing side. We've seen it with some of our brand partners. We've done a good job sort of mitigating against this, but there's always issues of out of stock, right? There's issues of price changes, especially when you're dealing with brands like L'Oreal, where the global HQ reports in USD. So if you have massive currency fluctuations at the local level, they're always trying to adjust their pricing to match their global expectations.
As we wind up, then Baki Beauty focuses on skin, hair, and all that. What does the future look like?
As I was sharing earlier, an area that we are moving into, and we think it's going to be huge, is baby care. We think there's a huge opportunity to help young mothers continue to take care of their kids and with products that are safe for their kids, right? If many of us have probably heard of the scandal with J&J with talcum powder, right? How many of us grew up with our mothers using talcum powder on us?
Yes,
Right?
all of us.
Exactly. And then you wonder why there's a higher prevalence of cancer in a lot of the up and coming generations. And so I think a lot more consumers are conscious about what are the ingredients, and particularly young mothers of our generation are more conscious about what am I giving my kids, right? And so I think that is a problem that we absolutely want to be part of the solution. And so I would say baby care is going to be a huge part of our business in the future.
Any advice for someone who wants to get into business? Like, what are the basics?
Yeah.
Getting into any business or even the beauty business. Like you.
So there's a biblical saying, right, where it says, I'm going to paraphrase, but do not be afraid of small beginnings, right? I think everyone wakes up and they think I'm going to go from zero to Jeff Bezos, right? Appreciate the journey, right? And take the ups and downs as they come, but know that incremental progress every day is how you do business.
Enough said. Thank you so much. And I know it's a conversation that we just can't finish it or go.
Yes.
And beauty is interesting.
Yeah, yeah,
Beauty and personal care.
yeah,
So let's keep engaging.
absolutely.
Thank you so much for being part of the show today. We've been talking about skincare, hair care, and beauty in general. I've been speaking to Quinley Tawa, who is the CEO of Baki Beauty. I am Nancy Lima, and let's keep the conversations going across all our social media platforms, and let's continue keeping ourselves safe. Until next time, goodbye.